A local boy grows up and rocks the internet world with his genius. And today, hundreds gathered in Highland Park for his funeral at the age of 26. Aaron Swartz committed suicide last week, hanging himself in New York just weeks before he was to stand trial for allegedly stealing millions of documents from MIT. WGN's Julian Cruz is at the funeral where he talked with family and friends. I know after reading up this weekend on this young man, at age 14, he was blowing people away in Silicon Valley with what he could do.
Just an astonishing intellect. You talk to people who knew him, and if you get an update on a blog or your favorite news feed, that's because of Mark Swartz, the work that he did. And amazingly, he did it as a high school freshman. He also helped create a type of bulletin board social media site that came to be known as Reddit. But he channeled his talents into cyber activism, bringing him a host of legal troubles.
There's a profound sense of loss tonight in Highland Park, Aaron Swartz's hometown, as loved ones say goodbye to one of the Internet's brightest lights.
Well, the family is so grateful for all the support and all the assistance and the outpouring that has come throughout the world.
At a packed Central Avenue Synagogue, those who knew the 26-year-old Internet activist talked about his driving passion to make information and knowledge available to all, free of cost, and they talked about his brilliance. At the tender young age of 14, Swartz co-wrote one of the cyber world's most vital Internet codes, known as RSS, a digital cornerstone to the world we have today.
I get my news on a daily basis from, Google Reader and various different news readers. They all rely on a technology that Aaron helped to co-invent when he was 14 years old.
At the emotional funeral service, many shared stories of how they came to know Aaron Swartz and the surprise they felt to learn he was so young.
And you heard one of the speakers who had been interacting with him on the internet and had talked about the dialogue they had and was expecting to meet him in person and was thunderstruck to find that he was 14 years old. He had expected to see someone 35.
The information decide what's going to be best for them, right?
But Swartz pushed the legal envelope, experts say, when he turned to Internet activism and the movement to make information in all its forms freely available, even if it meant breaking the law. A 13-count federal indictment for allegedly stealing files from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology put Swartz in serious legal trouble just weeks before his trial got underway, a trial that could have sent him to prison for decades. The 26-year-old hung himself last week in his New York apartment. In a written statement, family members point a finger of blame at prosecutors. Aaron's death is not simply a personal tragedy. It is the product of a criminal justice system rife with intimidation and prosecutorial overreach. Decisions made by officials in the Massachusetts U.S. Attorney's Office and at MIT contributed to his death.
People who went after him, the prosecution, must have been aware of that. They must have been aware that he was a vulnerable person.
It was a well-known fact that Swartz suffered from depression. Now, as a result of this tragedy, MIT's president has ordered an internal probe to fully understand what MIT's role, if any, was in aiding the federal investigators. No comment tonight, Mark, from the U.S. Attorney's Office in Massachusetts.
Well, and as we know here in Chicago, Cook County, state of Illinois, lots of times when the feds get their hooks into a case, a lot of people complain that they never let go, period, regardless, until they get to the end of their means there.
Yeah, the accusation is that the prosecution was overzealous, that they were overreacting to what was perceived to be criminal activity. It's a controversial topic, and there's two sides to this debate.
Julian Cruz, thanks.